Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I decided I was going to do a makeup look using two of the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills palettes. So I'm going to be using the Subculture and the Prism palette today. I just thought it would be cool to do a look using both of these. Before we get into the video, I do have a brow tutorial link down below if you want to check that one out, and let's jump in. So we're going to start with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to be using this as an eye primer. Most of the time I'll use my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, but when I'm not using that, I'm just using this one. Then we're going to go into the shade Unity out of the Prism palette. And we're just going to put this all over to just set that primer in place and to also be sort of our base shade as well. Then we're going to go into the Subculture palette, and we're going to take the shade New Wave. This is basically just going to be our transition shade. We're just going to build this up. Remember to build it up slowly. You don't want to put too much pigment on and have a really hard time to blend it out later. It's better to just build it up slowly. It makes it so much easier in the long run. Then we're going to go into the shade Edge, and with this one we're just going to be adding this just to make it a little bit more yellow. I just didn't think it was quite yellow enough. Then we're going to go into the shade Fudge, and with this shade we're just going to tap this into the outer corner. This is just to darken up the look completely. And then once we've tapped it into the outer corner, we're going to blend it through the crease a little bit. Once again with this shade, it's best to do it in small sections. Don't grab a big chunk of that colour on your brush and then try to blend it out, because it is going to ruin the look. It's better off to just do it slowly, bit by bit. Use a clean brush to blend it through the crease, and then just keep building it up. And then as you can see, I've brought it a little bit further over, because we're going to do a cut crease today. Then we're going into the Prism palette. We're going to take the black shade, which is Obsidian, and we're going to tap that into the outer corner just to darken up the look a bit further. Once again, do this slowly and build it up, because we do have to blend that slightly out into that brown. Then we're going to take our Tarte Shape Tape again, and we're just going to use this to cut the crease just at the front. As you can see here, I'll put my eyelid up a bit, and then we'll just sort of imprint that up further, and it will show me where my crease should be. I do have hooded eyes, so it makes it so much easier if I do this first. Just gives me a good idea of where my crease should be. Then we're going to go back into the Subculture. We're going to go into the shade Destiny. We're just going to pack this all over the lid in that section that we just cut. Then I'm going to take the Chi Chi glitter liner, and I'm just doing a line through that cut crease, just of glitter. Horrible view, but you know what I mean. You can use any glitter liner, this is just all that I have. Then I'm just wiping off all of the fallout that I got. I'm just using just a regular makeup remover on a pad, or just wiping that off. This is why I like to do my eyes first, because then I don't have to ruin my makeup later. Then we're going into the face, so I'm starting off with the Mecca Cosmetica Illuminating Primer. And this is a really good base, especially to go with the foundation that I've chosen to go with as well. Then we're going into the POREfessional by Benefit. I just use this to help me fill in my large pores. And then we're going into the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. This is my all-time favorite foundation for coverage, etc. But I think it's actually too light for me now that I'm looking at this video properly. When I've got a tan on, I think it's too light. I might have to get a darker shade. Then back into the Shape Tape again. This is the third time I've used it in this video. And we're just going to use this to conceal all of the usual areas and to highlight as well. I like to use a small brush like this to just push the concealer into the areas that I need to, especially in that inner corner. It's really hard to get the beauty sponge in there, so I like to use a brush first, and I found that it works so much better that way. Now we're moving on to this powder. This is just a Kat Von D setting powder, the Locket one. I just have this small sample size because I didn't want to go out and buy the big one just to see if it worked. It's actually working really well, so I actually do like this powder. I will probably end up buying the large one. And then I didn't realize that I needed to put some powder under my eyes to finish off my eye look. So I'm just using my Coty Airspun powder for that. I just don't want to waste the Kat Von D one. You know, it's expensive, so... Then I'm going back into the Subculture, into New Wave, and we're just going to blend this through the lower lash line. That's a horrible face, Hannah. Then back into the Prism palette and into Obsidian, and just we're gonna sort of buff that into the lash line just to make it nice and smoky and dark. I'm a fan of the dark eyes. Then into the Marc Jacobs bronzer, just to bronze up a little bit. This is the Tantastic bronzer. And then I didn't think it was dark enough, so I'm just using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, just the middle contour shade, just to darken it up a bit more. Then into the Too Faced Love Flush blush. This is in the shade Baby Love. This is my favourite blush of all time. Then I'm using the Maybelline and Gigi Hadid, what's it called? Eyeliner? Yeah, that's it. Eyeliner, just to do the tight line and the waterline. This is my favourite eyeliner ever. And then just my Lights Camera Lashes mascara from Tarte, just for my top lashes before going into falsies. For falsies today, I'm using the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics lashes in the style Hannah. These are my favourite out of the ones that I've purchased so far. And this is what they look like. Then I'm going into the Model's Own highlighter. This is in the shade 01 Golden Sand. And I'm just using my beauty sponge to just press that into my face. I found that it's actually so much better using this technique to put highlighter on your face. It just really settles in nicely. And then just using a detail brush to go and put it in all the other places. So inner corners, eyebrow highlights, Cupid's bow, you know, all the other regular places. Then I'm just using the Benefit Roller Lash on my lower lashes as always. And the final result of the eyes. Now let's go on to lips. So for lips today, I'm using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Manny MUA collaboration. This is the shade Daddy. It's just a really nice brown shade, really. Nice, cool. I think it's actually a cool tone brown. Maybe it's a bit warm, I'm not quite sure, but it's a brown and it's nice. And this is the final result. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!